when your ACOG is actually working and the gun gets so hot you can't touch, you just want to give it a little bit. Really cool it off and wake it up. All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. I am your host, the very loud range enjoyer that your mom said that we have at home. Thanks for watching. Guys, the ACOG is back and I think it might actually be working. Guys, before we get too far into it, if you enjoy the video, go ahead and leave a money emoji down below because this thing has been a money pit. We will show the ACOG off real quick. We are running an AMR or RMR on top of the ACOG TA31. Some backstory for this optic. We had to send it back to ACOG because the prism was not even centered in the housing at all. So it was completely unusable. You couldn't even see through the optic. If you want to show them, the sides of this optic right here are all marred up. That marring is from attempting to tap the prism back into place with a magazine, as you were instructed to do in the Army with a Gerber. Tap the side, of the weapon or of the optic and it will zero. If you want to support the channel, guys, the Patreon, it's $5 a month. Do all the things. Last but not least, Palmetto State Armory. You guys already know the deal. If you want to support the channel, go buy something from them in the link below. Okay, I think the optic is finally zeroed. Let's find out. Okay, that is a good thing to hear. Finally, the optic itself is zeroed and it appears to be holding zero. I will close my adjustment caps right now. That way we don't lose zero. I'll make a more finite zero after I finish filming this video. Right now what I want to do is attempt to co-witness my dot. It looks like we might be a little low left. The RMR is already good enough. I'll get a more finite zero with that later as well. But holy cow, I cannot express to you guys the journey and the drama that has led up to getting this thing set up in the proper format that it is today that you see here. We are running a Daniel Defense V7, if you want to show them the gun, V7, okay, with a Surefire light, okay, and obviously just a sling and the ACOG. I will say this is kind of the dream build for me, or has been, because it's what I grew up with in the Army, okay? So yeah, it's exciting to actually see the gun working as it's supposed to be. You guys might be wondering, Trench, why are you shooting from a random tire? It's because it's been raining out here and I don't feel like getting muddy. That is a good sound to hear, guys. So I will say, overall, my thoughts on the experience with actually working with Trijicon with this optic. I will say it has been a journey, okay? The optic was gone, I think, for approximately 2 months in maintenance. For me, for the price of the optic and the price of the overall build, that's a long time, especially for somebody that wanted to get out of the box something that should be, you know, we're talking the overall package here, $1,600 to $1,700 out of the box. It should be working perfectly fine. So I think the lesson of this is, just because you buy a tried and true optic, you have to actually take it to the range and actually put it through its paces. As far as Trijicon customer service, I don't know the gentleman's name when I called, but I'll tell you this. I called and I asked, hey, what's the status of my optic? What's the status of the build? And they said, oh, let me go check. Oh, okay, it's gonna be another few weeks. We are backed up. To me, they should have been proactive and not reactive and reached out to the customer that is waiting on that product, okay? It definitely seemed like when you're at a restaurant and you ask about, hey, what's the status on the ranch that we asked for? and the waitress says, "Oh yeah," and then goes and grabs it right away. That is kind of my experience with Trijicon. I asked where my ranch was or where my mozzarella sticks were, and all of a sudden they appeared. It's because I think either they're super backed up and not giving precise updates on the refurbishment or maintenance side of the house or something, okay? So Trijicon, if you ever see this, which you probably won't, you probably need to fix your quality control, and you probably need to give updates to people at least once every 2 weeks, because this is a lot of glass that I was sitting on and waiting. Let's shoot the gun a little bit. We'll use the RMR here. Oh man, the barrel is getting... Guys, what more can you say about that? The gun is running great. Obviously, it's a Daniel Defense, but dude, to be able to actually run, we can go down range a little bit. To be able to actually run the gun the way I wanted to run it from the beginning, I mean, that's freaking legit, dude. The gun is almost too hot to touch at this point, but I mean, that to me right there, that is what a go-to-war rifle looks like. A Surefire Light and a freaking ACOG. 16-inch barrel, we'll get it done all day. I would say, guys, the optic is working good, okay? I'm gonna let the rifle cool off for a second. We'll go back, shoot some more. Let me know, what product have you guys bought that you thought 100% that thing is gonna run reliable forever, and guess what? You got it out of the box, and maybe it was just like this ACOG, and it wasn't exactly running to your expectations. All right, we're gonna let it cool down, and then we will see you guys in a second. Guys, one cool thing about the ACOG is literally anybody, a civilian, a private, E1 in the Army, any infantryman you give this gun to, they're gonna be able to shoot right off the rip. She's never fired an ACOG before. First round hit, literally, first round hit with the gun. Guys, that is why the ACOG is so legit. It's because, and the reason she's holding the gun the way she is because the barrel is literally hot as hell. Go ahead and use the red dot. So all you do is do a chin to stock and use the red dot on there. So what I want you to do is switch back and forth. One round with the red dot, one round with the optic. Guys, that pretty much speaks for itself. Going back and forth from a close engagement to being able to engage with 4 times magnification. I mean, you can keep engaging if you want. I mean, that should pretty much say it all right there. That is why the ACOG is so popular. What do you think? Pretty legit. So the eye relief, what do you think about the eye relief? Like having to have your face pretty close up on the optic. Does it bother you? Are you able to clearly see your hits on target? Yeah, and we're shooting obviously downrange, down there, 120 meters or so. But yeah, you can clearly see your hits through the optic, unless you miss. There you go. Would recommend to a friend or no? All right, guys, so I guess in summary, $1,600 for an ACOG and an RMR. Would I recommend it or would I discourage you? What I would say is go to a loud range with poor audio equipment and try to film. No, okay, yes, guys, definitely worth the money. However, buy the damn thing. I'm out of mags. It's very nostalgic as well. Growing up in the Army on this thing, it's very nostalgic just to snap, fire, put this chevron on the heart with the crosshair on each shoulder, and you're good to go, dude. She's getting hot. All right, guys, if you want to support the channel, consider joining the Patreon. You already know the deal. $5 a month helps you recoup all the ammo that I just burned out down here. I think we've gone through about a combat load, okay, or so already today. So if you want to support the channel, do all the things. And until next time, this is going to be Trench Grenade, your average ACOG, I guess, lover. Your mom said that we have it all. I'm signing out. Cheers.